Daffodil Days are back now that it's April. I'm your host, Dana Giesbrecht, and today we are here at the Moutart Conservatory, where volunteers are busily cutting, packing, and wrapping thousands of daffodils that will be going out to the Edmonton region. Plus, we're going to meet one volunteer who's been volunteering her time with Daffodil Days since she can remember. It's become a family tradition. Stay tuned. We're going to have all the information about this campaign, but up first, here's your hot button question. Join the fight. Welcome back to the show. If you're just tuning in now, we're down here at the Moutart Conservatory, where volunteers are busily wrapping daffodils. More than 5,000 bunches of daffodils going out and 5,000 potted daffodils over Daffodil Days. The month of April is Daffodil Month for the Canadian Cancer Society, and we're going to be speaking with one of the representatives to get the history behind this month later in the show, as well as speak to a young woman who's made it a family tradition every year to volunteer with the campaign. Stay tuned for that. But right now, it is tax season, which can be a stressful time. But imagine being from a different country with a completely different tax system. Here's Sean TV's Schrolte Saskew. This is Neelam working away, cutting daffodils bunch after bunch. We're going to be speaking with her later in the show. It's become a family tradition for her, her mother, and her sister every year to volunteer over Daffodil Month. Stay tuned for that. But right now, you wouldn't see these models at Fashion Week. Up next, Shaw TV's Tim Dancy reports on a new art exhibit that's all about second chances. Here comes Neelam and Shamima. We're going to be coming back from the break and talking with Neelam all about the family tradition of volunteering at Daffodil Month. Stay tuned. We'll be right back on Go. We have Hillary cutting away at bunches of daffodils. Welcome back to the show. If you're just tuning in now, we are hosting from the Moutart Conservatory. Daffodil Day is going on throughout the month of April, and 2 out of every 5 Canadians will be diagnosed with cancer in their lifetime. 1 out of every 4 Canadians will die from cancer. One of the many reasons that the Daffodil campaign is so important. And coming up in the show, we're going to meet a young lady who's been volunteering with the campaign since she can remember. It's become a family tradition. Here she is with her mother. Stay tuned. We're going to meet her shortly. But right now, as the Edmonton Oil Kings head into round 2 of the WHL playoffs against the Brandon Wheat Kings, Jordan Greenlee stops by for a visit with their captain. That is Jim. He has been growing the daffodils here at the Moutart Conservatory for the last 40 years for Daffodil Month. And I am now joined by Kristen Berry with the Canadian Cancer Society. We've switched locations up a little bit. Here, more daffodils in the greenhouse, got away from some of the busyness. And tell us a little bit about this campaign. It's been going on, it originated in the 1950s.
Yes, it did. So Daffodil Month takes place in April, and it originated in the 1950s at a fundraising tea party where they used the centerpiece of daffodils, and it's since then taken off to include the sale of pins as well as live flowers for Daffodil Days for the first week of April, and then the pins go for the entire month of April.
Gotcha. I was a little confused. I was wondering, how do you sell live flowers for the entire month? Because what is the lifespan on a daffodil?
It is a few days depending on if we do have cold storage for it. So we do like to have all of the flowers out for the first week of April at several locations in Edmonton, and then for the rest of the month we do have pins available at several locations in Edmonton and surrounding area.
Okay, and all the money is going to such a great cause, as we know. The entire month, not only are you raising money, but it's also suggested that you do something special for someone living with cancer, and where this money is going really helps drive home that message as well.
Yeah, I think it's a really great opportunity for volunteers to get involved with the campaign, where they can, share their personal story or fight back against cancer in their own personal way, and really have that opportunity to participate and help out and volunteer for the Canadian Cancer Society and for the Daffodil campaign.
And finally, Kristen, where can people go for more information about the programs as well as how they can donate and contribute to the month?
Yeah, for more information, you can visit cancer.ca. There you can click on several links, anywhere from our programs and services available to more information about cancer, as well as the Daffodil campaign where you can find pins. We do have listed pins locations, and you can contact your local office, as well as for the Daffodil Days for the first week of April, where we sell live flowers in various locations in Edmonton. You can go to cancer.ca to find those locations and hours as well.
Excellent. Thanks so much. Kristen Berry with the Canadian Cancer Society. Every year, 500 Canadians will be diagnosed with cancer, and that's one of the many reasons that it's so important for volunteers like Neelam and her mom Shamima to get involved. We're going to be speaking with Neelam coming up in the show. Stay tuned for that. But right now, most grandmothers take this time of their life to kick up their feet and relax. Well, that's not the case for the gang. Here's Shaw TV's Bianca Jade. And out comes another bunch. Neelam working away on her next bundle of daffodils. Believe it or not, but there's more than 5,000 bouquets of daffodils that need to be wrapped up and shipped out over Daffodil Days. We're going to be speaking with Neelam after the break and learn her story. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back. As promised, we are now joined by Neelam, whose family has been participating in the Daffodil campaign since you can remember. Going back many, many years, has become a family tradition. Why did you guys get started in the first place?
Well, it was really because of my aunt. She loved volunteering for the Canadian Cancer Society and for Daffodil Days in particular. And she would bring us every year, whether it was like selling flowers or wrapping flowers or potting them and yeah, we just would come once a year and help out, and it became a family tradition.
Tell us a little bit about your aunt.
Well, she's my grandmother's sister, and we were very, very close. She loved gardening. She had a bunch of birds. She was very much a woman with the earth, and yeah, like green thumb kind of a lady. And she passed away when I was about 15 or 16, and when daffodils rolled around that year, we all decided to like keep the tradition alive, do it in her memory, kind of a thing. And it was just like a lovely thing, like where me, my sister, and my mom, and at least would just come together and spend that time together wrapping flowers.
When you're wrapping the daffodils, are you thinking about your aunt?
Absolutely. Yeah, it's hard because to think about someone who's gone that way, but it's also something I cherish as the memory.
What would you say to other young people in the community to maybe take a note out of your book and get out there, volunteer for such a fantastic cause, and help make that difference?
My biggest thing is this environment, just like being in the Mutart Conservatory and just the smell and
feels
the
like
freshness.
summer, hey?
Yes.
And I walked in, I'm like, yes, it's summer again.
Exactly. It's like it's warm, and the smell of the flowers, and it just like refreshes me because I'm not thinking about my own life or my regular errands or whatever it is. I'm thinking about wrapping flowers.
There we go.
Yeah.
Neelam, thank you so much for speaking with us. Before we go, here is your on-the-go calendar. Don't forget to wear your daffodil pin all month long, and you can head to cancer.ca for more information and learn how you can join the fight. I'm your host, Giesbrecht. We'll see you next time.